The real authentic market, but for now, this is the new market area. This market is quite similar to the market we were just visiting. Lots and lots of meat vendors. You can buy fish here, you can buy fresh produce, a lot of artisan, really good quality things here. And there are also some places to sit down, some restaurants, some cafes, some more salmon. Oh, so many good things in this market as well.
This is reindeer.
Oh, reindeer.
Yeah, and this is moose or elk.
Moose or elk.
So a bit bigger.
Thank you.
Moose.
This one is moose. Okay, this is some moose, cured moose like salami. It's really, really dark meat.
And this is Rudolph.
Rudolph.
Look at his face. This is Rudolph. He was very pleased with that joke as well.
Reindeer. And this one is reindeer salami. That one has a little more of a smoother, maybe lightly liverier taste to it.
Like it?
Yeah, very good. Can I just have a small piece of the elk?
Of course.
Maybe like 50 kroner or so?
Yeah, 51.
Okay, perfect.
Or 50 even. 50 crowns. Thank you.
I didn't realize this, but there's also a Milander's, the same restaurant that we just ate at the other market, located here as well. And there's also another couple of famous seafood restaurants serving similar things to what we just ate. So I'm just walking around enjoying these cabinets of meat. Are incredibly beautiful. This moose salami would be really good to take it to the park and then eat it leisurely, but I gotta have another taste of it right now. That's a pretty good chunk.
That's a big chunk of moose sausage. I need to try all this. I love cured meat. $5. 50 sec is okay. 50 cents is $5.85.
It's very solid.
Okay.
And get a close-up look of that. You can see the ratio of fat to meat and how dark of a meat it is.
I was thinking, like, you're really gonna take a bite out of that. That's so thick. Like, it's a cured meat. I'm sure it's supposed to. Let me know in the comment section below. But is it supposed to be? It's supposed to be thinly sliced, isn't it? Because yeah, you wouldn't eat some. I think you wouldn't eat. Sorry, I wouldn't eat something so thick. Like, cured meat's supposed to be thinly sliced.
Yeah, it tastes just like salami, but with a more, like, a little bit of a stronger meat taste to it. And it's salty.
See, you couldn't bite into it. Why? Because it's so thick.
It's just densely packed, but it definitely would be good with some crackers or some bread. That's a pretty small and very manageable market, but the stalls that they do have, the meat, the seafood, the produce is all really, really good quality, very gourmet, and I'm pretty happy with that little piece of moose sausage I bought. There is a famous hot dog stand just down the road, and I don't want to leave this neighborhood without having a hot dog there, so that's the next stop. Which one is your specialty?
Cabanos is our best seller.
Cabanos.
Most popular.
Okay, that's what I'll have.
Yeah.
One of them, please. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Enjoy.
This place is a sausage specialist, and it's actually
Food is so good.
housed in kind of a hot dog container in a very, very quiet street in Stockholm, just down the road from that market. And I ordered what is their specialty, their most popular sausage, which is called cabanos. And this version comes stuffed into a baguette. And the baguette is not cut, but it's...
I need to visit Sweden ASAP. That looks so good. That looks good. Anything that's like a baguette or like a baguette type like wrap with meat shoved inside. I want some of that.
It's kind of hollowed out, and then he grilled the sausage. He cut it in half. It's actually a really long, like foot-long sausage. He cut it in half, stuffed it into the pocket of baguette, and grilled the baguette. And then I think it's sauerkraut stuffed inside of there. And then I was thinking there's some ketchup and mustard. I think that's, I don't know what kind of sauce that is, but this is the specialty sauce to go with it. And it is hot and pretty solid.
Yeah, it's hard to bite into. Why is his face? His face looks the same. Every time he bites into something. He's definitely a lover of food.
Oh, wow.
His eyes literally like...
That is everything you want in a sausage.
It looks good though.
I'm actually like blown away how good that is. The bread is nice and crispy. And then the sausage, it is kind of like a spicy sausage.
It looks
and
good.
Then there's the sauerkraut, which is a little bit crispy and then a little bit sour. And then that mustard on top is kind of sweet, but that contrasts the whole salty sausage. That's a seriously good sausage. And the bread, I was thinking the bread was going to be more kind of heavy, but it's actually really light and just completely crusty.
Yeah, because it looks like it's like really tough, but obviously it's breaking away quite well.
Another thing I like is that the baguette is not cut, it's just hollowed out, so you don't run the risk of anything falling out. And I think even on the, let me pull it out. Oh yeah, you see even on the bottom, there's no holes in this baguette except at the top where it was stuffed from. Wow. So there's no risk in losing anything. Thank you, man. That was really good.
You like it?
Very good.
Thank you.
Loved it. Thank you. That was just a next level sausage container experience. From here, we're gonna take the metro to Gamla stan, which is the old area of Stockholm, and we're gonna walk around that area for a while next.
This is a subway, or what we'd call underground. 25 SEK, $2.93 per person. I don't know how far that is from where he is, so can't really gauge whether that's expensive or not. However, it looks quite clean.
We just got off the metro at Gamla stan station, and this...
I love, that is beautiful. I love cobbled streets. That's something that Europe, that's what we do the best. You know, in Europe, any country in Europe, most countries in Europe have cobbled streets and old architecture. Yeah, there's places like this in the UK, but maybe not as clean. That looks very, very clean. Like very, very clean. There's not even a piece of litter anywhere.
This is the old area of Stockholm that dates back to the 13th century. It is beautiful with its cobblestone streets and also with its medieval alleyways, some iconic traditional heritage buildings. There are lots and lots of restaurants and cafes, churches within this area, and it's a very nice place just to walk around and leisurely stroll. What's really nice is that the roads in this area are blocked off to traffic, so they are all just walking streets, and we are approaching a church. The first place that we've stumbled into is the old German church, so we're gonna just take a quick look inside.
German church. I love going into churches. Churches are so, like, some churches are so beautiful. Most churches are beautiful. But yeah, I love seeing like old churches and old architecture and, you know, historical sites and stuff when I go to a new city. So when I go to Stockholm, that might be my next video actually, like where to visit, like in terms of like in Stockholm, like historical places to visit, museums and churches and stuff like that.
I'm sitting down on one of the pews within the church now, and what's really impressive about this church are the stained glass windows. Look at that.
Beautiful.
It's so colorful and so detailed. Made it to one of...
That square is beautiful. Look at those buildings are beautiful. Look at the shapes. Look at the colors. Like, wow. Architecture is so stunning.
One of the most iconic, scenic, and the oldest public squares in Gamla Stan. This was the historic center of Stockholm. And what I love so much is all of these old buildings and the way they are just contrasting the really blue sky. The sky is so blue, and then the buildings are brown and red and orange in color to just contrast that intense blue.
Is that drinking water?
That's some amazing water. Straight well water, that's way better than the bottled water. I was just reading about that well where I just filled up my bottle, and it's actually not a well anymore. It used to be a well, but then it dried up. Now it is public water that's coming through, but they had me fooled. That's some really good water. It's fresh. And
so basically, he just drank tap water, basically. And you know what it is? He enjoyed the tap water. Why? Because Europe has some of the best tap water in the world. I know where I'm from in England, in the north of England, in Yorkshire, we have the water tastes very fresh, and you can drink it straight out of the tap, and it's very, very good. It's very good. So he enjoyed that. I'm pretty sure Swedish water is incredible, probably even better than where I'm from. So he was like, oh, this tastes better than my bottled water, because it probably is. The bottled water was in the plastic bottle for however long, and you're tasting like water that has been, I don't know where you get your water from, but I'm guessing probably from some mountains somewhere. So yeah, it's gonna be fresh.
But they had me fooled. That's some really good water. It's fresh, and that being said, the water from the tap in Sweden it tastes good and it's very fresh.
Palace.
We caught a little bit
It's kind of like in London where they do the changing of the guard.
of the changing of the guards at the Royal Palace.
Yeah. I didn't know you guys did that as well.
It was very pleasant to walk around the old streets of Stockholm. We're now crossing a bridge to the next island, and there's a food truck that I'm really looking forward to eating at.
So Stockholm, you said to the next island. So is Stockholm like loads of different islands that make up a big city?
When I asked you all where to eat in Stockholm, this was one of the #1 recommendations,
Is it still one of the #1 recommendations? Let me know if you live in Stockholm or you've been to Stockholm and you know it. Let me know if this is somewhere that's still around, because this is a long time ago, and let me know if it's still one of the best places to eat at.
I'm happy to be here. This is a little food stall that's within a plaza, and they specialize in strömming, which is a type of fermented sea herring. And
fermented sea herring. It looks good. It looks like it will be crumbly and crispy and flavorsome.
Then I ordered, they have a number of different plates that include the herring, and you can get it with a full plate with mashed potatoes, but I decided to get the snack version, and so I got one with dark rye bread, and then he put on 2 pieces of the fried herring, and then topped it with some mustard, and then topped it with some onions and some dill. Strömming is a type of Baltic sea herring, and it is a very common specialty in Swedish cuisine.
So, as he's saying, it's a very common specialty in Sweden cuisine. Is it? Let me know in the comment section, and should I try it? Let me know.
This has then been, I think it's been breaded and then deep fried, and then it topped it with some mustard and then some onions and some dill. I think the correct way to do this is with a knife and fork. I'm gonna dig in.
Plastic knife and fork.
And then there's rye bread on the bottom. Oh, onions are missing. I need some onions on this bite. Oh, and I got the whole piece of dill. I just met up with Otto, who is from Stockholm.
I haven't seen him say anything bad about any of the food yet. And it's not that I don't, like I said before, that I don't believe that it's all good. I reckon it probably is all good, especially if it's been recommended to go to these places by Swedish people. However, everyone's different, right? So we're all individuals, so everyone has a different palate. And so some things taste nice to some people and some things don't really taste that great. But so far, he's enjoyed every single thing he's had, which is a possibility, but I just feel like there must be one where he's not like, wow. You got to be honest. Or maybe he just likes everything. He's just that he likes food. He's a foodie. I don't know.
Home, nice to meet you. So good to see you in
so
person.
Many years.
Yes.
Finally. So it's
so this one is not fermented.
No, it's not fermented. It's just normal.
So
if you
it's like
taste,
it would be fresh.
More fresh. Yeah. If you try the surströmming.
Okay, so then it's just strömming. Okay,
just regular
and
strömming.
It doesn't even really have a fishy taste. It's actually very neutral tasting, but the texture is really good. It's nice and soft. It almost has a spreadable texture, and then because it's been deep fried, it has a little bit of a crispy texture and edge around the crust around it, and then also it's like a sweet mustard on top. Really good with the pickled onions and just that little bit of dill to give it a nice touch as well. And then also the bread just kind of makes the base of it. Let me take one more bite and making sure to get some of those onions. And we had a little bit of a chat, but they also have a fermented version of the herring, but this one is more of the fresh version, and so that's why it has an actually very a neutral taste as opposed to the fermented version, which I'm sure has a more of a my bread just fell out, which has more of a I'm sure has more of a ripened, strong flavor to it.
So which one's the more traditional one? Probably the fermented one. Let me know which one I should try when I go to Sweden. This version or the fermented version, or both.
Yeah, it's so good. The fish is just so soft, and then complemented by that sweet mustard and those pickled onions. We are now walking over to a street that is, I think it's famous for shopping in Stockholm. Götgatan.
That's very reminiscent of the UK, which I love, but like a little bit prettier. It looks like the prettiest parts of the UK in terms of our high streets.
It's like soy, like street.
Oh, okay.
When are you recording?
We are on. You guys can say whatever you want on the video.
All right. This is Otto and Victor here from Stockholm, Sweden. I've been traveling the world to meet Mark Wiens.
And it was the coolest experience ever.
And when I saw Mark Wiens would come to my hometown, I cried of happiness. To meet Mr. Tender in our hometown is a dream come true. Thank you so much for coming here, Mark.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
Last handshake of the day.
Nice to meet you. Awesome to meet you.
Have a good.
Bye-bye, guys.
Bye.
We
Oh, is his wife Thai? Swadika.
are back at the metro station, and we are going back home to Fridhemsplan. We made it back to Fridhemsplan. We are gonna walk back now to our hotel. But on the way back to our hotel, we can see across the intersection some fruit stalls. 2 for 6.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
You want?
clothes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And new clothes.
อันเดียว40 2 อัน60เอาสิ
We ended up buying 2 boxes of strawberries right as they were closing. And these are the last 2 boxes. And I think right now during summer is strawberry season in Sweden. So the strawberries should be nice and fresh and ripe and sweet. I will test them as soon as we get back to our room. That's so juicy and so sweet. This is my very first trip to Sweden, and today has been my first full day in Stockholm. And today has been just absolutely beautiful weather. And I know the winter can be extremely harsh in Stockholm in the wintertime, but this time in the summer is so beautiful. I'm gonna end the video for today now. Thank you all very much for watching. Please remember to give this video a thumbs up and also make sure you subscribe if you're not already subscribed. And I will see you on the next video. Thank you again for watching. And those pickled onions. Oh, and I didn't even realize I'm using 2 forks.
It's the blooper reel.
It would definitely help to have a knife, but I will try to.
จะไบต์อีกนะ
It needs to be sliced, right?
Just bite it?
I
Okay,
did say that.
Ying says, I'm just gonna take a bite out of it. The next market that we are walking to is called Östermalmshallen. And I believe that this is more of a heritage traditional market, kind of a legendary market in Istanbul.
Istanbul. He didn't even know where he was. Guys, thank you very much for watching. I learned a lot about Stockholm in terms of the way it looks. There's a lot of food I need to try. There's a lot of places I need to go to. Let me know in the comment section below if, you know, the places that he listed and the places where he was eating at, the food he's eating, are they all traditional? Is there any other foods I should be trying when I go to Stockholm in Sweden? Yeah, let me know. If there's anything that you don't think is correct or you think has changed, because obviously this was how many years ago? Maybe like 5-6 years ago. Let me know in the comment section below. Until the next one, I will see you guys later.